coming to the stage right now, everybody's favorite ex-nun, genderqueer nerd comic. Yes, that's what I said. She's heard on Sirius Raw Dog Radio, seen on Showtime, and occasionally at the livestock auction. Ladies and gentlemen, Kelli Dunham.
Hey, so I'm visiting West. First of all, I love that there was another person whose first name begins with K that's having a gender difficulty. That never happens to me at any other show. I have to say, even though I look like this, my parents never called me like, Debbie Dyke or anything like that. Perhaps because it would have been overkill, right? It would have been overkill. Okay. So we're, going through this, like our parents, of course, I'm visiting my girlfriend, of course, when we came out to our parents many years ago, they hated us. My mom, ripped up my birth certificate and sent it to me. So, which I was like, oh, that's so passive aggressive. And my therapist is like, no, that's aggressive. But, so I'm visiting my girlfriend's parents, and you want to see, so they're doing like, I think it's called like Tempus Regrettis. If in the Harry Potter world, it would be called Tempus Regrettis, because they feel bad for, kicking out their queer kids years ago. And now they're overcompensating by giving us gifts. Like, would you like to see what her mother gave me for Christmas? Please say yes.
Yes.
Okay. She got me a matching set of a hat, a hoodie, and a collared sweatshirt that all look like this. Hashtag. So her comment was, because I work in a high school, she said, I got you the collared one so that you could wear it with like a dress shirt underneath it, so you could wear it to school. And I was trying to imagine the circumstances. Just think about if your science teacher had showed up at school with a hat with his first name, with his hashtag in front of it, like hashtag Sam, how impressed you would have been. I mean, maybe you would have said like, let's wait 20 years until the internet's developed. But anyway, the only situation in which I would wear this to school is if I was wearing something more embarrassing that I wanted to distract the kids from, so they could make fun of this and not like my clown shoes or something. And my girlfriend's comment was, I don't think my mom understands hashtags. And I was like, I don't know if she understands hashtags, but she does not understand teenagers for sure. So I work at a high school, and everyone there, and I mean everyone, the administrator, everyone until they get to know me, thinks I am the gym teacher, which that is a fair guess. I feel like that's a fair guess, right? But the real gym teacher is way cooler than me. One time I was in the elevator with a kid, and he asked me, he was asking me my name or something, and then he asked me what I did here. And this is such an amateur mistake. Why did I do this with a teenager? I said, why don't you guess? Why? Why would I do that? That's an amateur mistake. And he thought for a minute, and he goes, are you the lady who comes to blow up the basketballs? No, but that also is a fair guess. Yeah. So the problem is, if people read my gender, then they get my age wrong, sometimes by 30 or 40 years. Like the other day I was in the barber shop on a Sunday morning with the other kid. Well, no, I'm not technically a kid, with the kids there. And I had like the smock over me, so the kid couldn't really see my body, I guess, or anything like my huge breasts. And so there was a little boy crying, and his dad pointed to me and he goes, that little boy's not crying. So I didn't know what to say, right? Because I stopped crying. Like, when do you stop crying at haircuts? Like at 5 years? I haven't cried at a haircut for 45 years. I didn't want to diss the kid, but also somebody had something very wrong. Also, if any of you look like me, and I guess it's just Kezia actually who looks like me, that never happened. It kind of makes the joke a little bit different. If you look like me, do not ever go whitewater rafting when there is a Cub Scout jamboree in town. And I'll tell you why. First of all, I should have known because I was going to the bathroom on my own, and everyone kept stopping me and being like, where is your buddy? Where is your buddy? I was like, is this like Gilligan's Island or something? And so then we got out, and I was with all my friends. We got in the boat, and because I am the world's worst lesbian, the first wave that came up dumped me into the water. Now, if you could just imagine, just from here, right, floating along, you could probably understand why the Scoutmaster felt like he had to intervene. So I don't know if you've ever been rescued when you're not actually drowning, but it's so much work. It's a lot of work for both people. And there was this protracted struggle why he tried to pull me into the boat and I tried to stay out of the boat, and he tried to pull me into the boat and I tried to stay out of the boat. And then finally he like pulled me in, and I'm laying down looking up at him, and he's looking down at me, and I'm looking up at him. And there's this moment of silence where we realize, I haven't rescued a drowning Cub Scout. I've annoyed an adult female. And the Cub Scout motto is be prepared. He was not prepared for that moment. And I was not prepared for all the moments after that, because I was in the boat with the Cub Scouts with my friends 100 whitewater yards away. And I don't know if you know this about whitewater rafting, but rowing is actually a little bit of a part of it. But the kids weren't rowing. The Boy Scouts weren't rowing. You know why? Because they were looking at me. And one little boy, he's like, and when they thought that I wasn't looking, right, they would be like, wait, why? One little boy, he was so upset. He's like, why does that little boy have boobs? Why does he have boobs? Why does he have boobs? Why does he have boobs? That little boy has boobs. Why does he have boobs? Why? That little boy has boobs. So finally, one little boy, he like mustered up all his courage, and he reached over and he touched me on the leg, and he's like, what troop are you from? And I thought for a minute, and I was like, a drag troop, kid, a drag troop. That did not clear it up for him at all. So finally, we were getting towards the end of the whitewater rafting experience, but the boat kept flipping over because Cub Scouts were worried more about me and my boobs, and the boat kept filling up. And so finally, we're standing like in 4 feet of freezing cold water and trying to bail the boat out so we can just get a little bit further to the very end. And this little boy, such a little boy of the 2010s, he starts crying, and he's like, I wish this were just a video game I was playing. And I was like, me too, little man, me too. Thank you very much. I'm Kelli Dunham.
Yeah.